Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou is official, and I'm excited for this fight, man. I mean, just right off the bat, I don't know who I would pick. I think it's 50-50. A lot of people may think Anthony Joshua is going to do his thing, go in there, and pretty much obliterate Francis. But, if you watch the Tyson Fury fight, I'm not sure how you could think that logically. I'm not sure how you could watch Francis go in there and dominate Tyson Fury in the clinch, okay? Dominate Tyson Fury in the clinch and have the kind of power that made Tyson very aware and made him very attentive to that power. So his power does translate from MMA to boxing. And the skills that he has in MMA, the takedown defense and the frames and the underhooks and all things like this, that translates very well into the boxing clinch game. And he was able to dominate Tyson Fury, who usually dominates other people. Tyson Fury did against Deontay Wilder and many other people. He leans on the back of their head. He, wears them down over time and just really makes them uncomfortable. He was not able to do that against Francis Ngannou. I do think the strength advantage here may be, I think it's going to be interesting to see because, I mean, look at Anthony Joshua, man. Anthony Joshua is no Tyson Fury when it comes to physique. Tyson Fury makes fun of him, calls him the bodybuilder, things like that. Well, we're going to see the bodybuilder put those muscles to work in this fight, man, because I think they are going to engage in that clinch throughout this fight. And I believe Francis is going to have a clear advantage there with the strength. I think Francis will have a strength advantage. I think Francis just, it's not just bodybuilding that made Francis that way. Francis was digging holes for years, you know what I mean? Like manual labor, that kind of work, farm strength as they call it, in other parts of the world. So I think Francis has that, and I think Francis is going to show that against Anthony Joshua. And I also think Anthony Joshua has a tendency when things aren't going his way to get a bit frustrated. He has a tendency to maybe get frustrated, get sidetracked, take his eye off the ball. Whereas Francis, I think, doesn't get that. I think he just keeps going and going and going and going, and he doesn't get discouraged. I think if Anthony Joshua's in there against Francis and it's not quite going the way it's going, like in his head, the way it played out in camp, all these things, I think you're going to start to see a negative momentum, almost avalanche, just a downward trend for Anthony Joshua as the fight goes on. And Francis Ngannou has proved that he does not need to go in there and win in the first 2 rounds, He shows that he has the kind of power that lasts throughout the fight. It's not the same type of explosive power where, one shot, one kill, like a Deontay Wilder with the right hand. I know we didn't see it against Joseph Parker, but for the most part of his career, 99% of his other fights, we have seen it. It's just, Francis has the type of power where it's thudding and it's with every shot. You know what I mean? Punch for punch, he hits hard, man. Punch for punch. It doesn't matter if he's hitting you with a jab, with a body shot, with a straight hook, uppercut. It does not matter. Any way you want to do it, Francis Ngannou hits hard, and you don't really want to have that big guy lumping you up like that. And that's pretty much how I'm seeing this fight. I think Anthony could... Here's the thing. Tyson Fury is skill. He's finesse. He's not really Mr. Try to run you over. You know what I mean? And it definitely, when he did try those tactics with Francis, it didn't work. Francis stood up to it. He was taking all those shots on the guard. The elbow bounced off of his head. Francis was not there to be run over. Francis Ngannou is a tank, and I'm not sure you can run over him. You know what I mean? I think you have to take that finesse route. And I don't see Anthony Joshua doing that. I don't see Anthony Joshua taking that finesse route. I see Anthony Joshua possibly getting clipped earlier than Tyson Fury did, even though it was only, I think, the 2nd or 3rd round that he got dropped. But I could see them exchanging, meeting in the middle, and Anthony trying to show that he's the tank in there. Look at him. He looks like a fucking tank, Trying to show he's the tank in there, and Francis being the tank, and I could see him catching Anthony Joshua. That's kind of how I see this fight playing out. It's only 10 rounds. I wish it was 12. Why not make it 12? Why are we doing 12-round fights and things like that? I don't know what that's about. But that's my take, man. I do think Anthony Joshua has a chance of clipping Francis. I saw Tyson Fury land some, I don't want to say hard shots, but clean shots. He landed clean shots on Francis Ngannou, and I just thought to myself, if that was Wilder that landed that straight right hand, clean on Francis's chin like that, I don't think Francis eats it. And I want to say the same thing for Anthony Joshua. I want to give Anthony Joshua enough credit and respect to say that if he lands clean on a Francis Ngannou, I think we see more of a reaction out of Francis than we did against Tyson Fury. Francis never quite got his knees buckled against Tyson, but there were times where he got hit and you could see like, oh, like you know what I mean? Like he moved a certain way. Again, his knees never buckled. He was never like rocked or anything like that. But you could tell, if Tyson kept landing those clean punches, it would have been bad. But I think Anthony could potentially hurt Francis Ngannou here if he's not on his P's and Q's. Francis showed that he's also very, very, very patient of a guy in there, and I think that was a big thing too, is patience. Again, he didn't go in there, oh, I have to win in the first round, in the first 3 rounds, or anything like that. No, he's fine boxing you. You know what I mean? He hits hard with every punch, so if he catches you with one, and he catches you slipping, you're going to end up on your back like Tyson Fury was, and he had to get up from it. And again, if that does happen, if Francis catches Anthony Joshua and shocks the crowd and, Eddie Hearn is like sweating and Joshua has to get up now, I think when things don't go Joshua's way, they snowball and they avalanche. And I think that's going to happen in this fight. So that's my take. Let me know if you agree, disagree. It doesn't matter. Just join the discussion and please follow for more. Thank you so much. You are appreciated.